In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 don'ts for very thin and very fine hair. So before I begin, I just want to explain precisely what I mean by thin and fine hair. So thin meaning the amount of hair that grows out of your head, it's not a lot of hair, and by fine, I mean that I'm just trying to get one, the actual hair strands are so minuscule. It's dainty, delicate, it breaks easily, it's fragile hair. So if you're somebody with fine hair, but you have a lot of it, these tips probably won't apply to you. And definitely if you're somebody with medium hair to thick hair, the things I'm gonna say not to do, you can totally do. This is just for people who have my hair type, very thin and very fine. So the first thing I want to talk about is frequency of hair washing. So you always see people saying they go, a week without washing their hair. And if you have thin and fine hair, this just isn't possible. While it's not recommended to wash your hair every day, it's also not recommended to leave your hair unwashed for days on end. And you can develop problems from not washing your hair enough. So you can develop dandruff. You can develop folliculitis, which is infected or inflamed hair follicles, causing red or white headed pimples that leak pus or blood if you pop them. Nobody wants that. You can get ingrown hairs. It can even slow your hair growth. So the reason that can happen is because you get all this buildup on your scalp. And you need to remember that healthy hair requires a clean and healthy scalp. So you do want to wash your hair. They recommend every other day for thin and fine hair. And if you have extremely thin and fine hair, it is totally okay to wash your hair every day. It's just as long as you're using a very gentle shampoo. So I like to go every 2 days. I've been able to go every 3, but it really is pushing it for me. I just feel that there's a lot of information out there that tells you, if you're washing your hair, more than X amount of times per week, you're damaging it. And when you have thin, fine hair, this just isn't true. Yeah, and they even say that thin and fine hair is a hair type that should be washed more frequently than medium hair and thick hair. So just remember that. The next tip is about oils. So don't put heavy oils into your hair like olive oil, coconut oil, castor oil, and so on. These oils are just way too heavy for our hair type. Lighter oils like jojoba oil and argan oil are better, but for me personally, even those oils are way too heavy. Right now I'm using the Guerlain, what's this called? Scalp and Hair Youth Oil-in-Serum. And I apologize for mentioning this because it's so expensive, but I have been absolutely loving this, and you can see I've used half the bottle already. This oil is so lightweight. It's incredible, and I've been using this non-stop since I got it. And when you have thin, fine hair, you want to use oils that are designed for hair specifically, and also that are made for thinner to finer hair. And this oil right here is definitely an oil for thin and fine hair. You also need to be careful with oils that you can buy from salons and Sephora and Ulta and places like that, because a lot of times you need to be careful with what you're buying. One time I got a sample of, it was the Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil, and that is not meant for thin and fine hair. And I wasn't careful when I read the sample that I got, and I put some in my hair, and oh my God, I couldn't wash it out. Like, I got in the shower, I washed my hair a couple of times, and I got out of the shower, and when my hair dried, it was still oily. I had to go to a salon and get my hair professionally washed to get that oil out because it was so heavy. So for all of you people out there who have thin and fine hair like me, just be careful. even when you're using products that are designed for hair, you want to make sure you're using a lightweight product. And my last don't is do not put kitchen products into your hair, like mayonnaise, avocado, bananas, eggs. These may work on coarse, thick hair, but it is going to be a nightmare getting it out of really thin, fine hair. So I think it defeats the whole purpose. Say you've put avocado in your hair, and while it may be true that it will make your hair shiny and strengthen it, this just is a nightmare washing it out of thin, fine hair. And then you're gonna have to wash your hair like, I don't know, 4 times in order to get it out. So you're kind of defeating the purpose, because washing your hair is hard on your hair. So all that friction and continuous washing, I think you're just gonna damage your hair further. I used to try using kitchen products when I was younger, and I always had a hard time washing it out, and I always knew, you know, after I had those experiences that it just didn't work for me. And yeah, if your hair is thin and fine, I would stay away from that. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. If you have thin and fine hair like me, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in the next one. And please, if you enjoy my content, subscribe, comment, like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.